Jai Mahamaya Ki Jai. In our last discourse, we read about the Muni Cavani getting a beautiful, beautiful form. We'll go on to chapter 6. King Janamejaya said, "O Muni, how did Maharishi Cavani make these two devas drink Soma, and how his word came out to be true? Human strength is insignificant compared to Indra's strength. Indra forbade the physicians, the Ashwins, to drink the Soma juice. How then could the Muni give the right thereof? This is very wonderful. Therefore, O Maharishi, thou devoted to the Dharma, O Lord, describe in detail the doings of Cavani. I am very anxious to hear it." Vedavirasa said, "O king, in that famous sacrifice of the king Saryati, Cavani Rishi did wonderful feats. I am now narrating to you in entirety this wonderful character. Hear it attentively. Maharishi Cavani, illustrious like the Devas, began to enjoy with a cheerful mind and gladdened heart with his beautiful wife Sukanya, who was like a Deva Kanya. Now once on occasion, the wife of Saryati became very anxious and trembling, and said to her husband, weeping, "O king, you have betrothed your daughter to the blind Muni Cavani. Now it is your duty to go and inquire whether the daughter is living or is dead. O Lord, what is my beautiful daughter doing with that husband? Please just go now to the Muni ashrams and see about it. O Rajeshwari, I always burn in pain and agony when I think of her. She must be very lean and then full of troubles. Tapasya and doing tapasya. Please bring her quickly here to my presence. She is suffering in everlasting pain from having an aged blind husband, and it is quite likely she has become very lean and thin. I am anxious, therefore, to see my daughter, who is wearing barks of trees as her dress." Saryati said, "O broad-eyed one, I am going gladly just now to see my dear daughter and that Muni of severe bows." Thus saying to his wife, distressed with sorrow, the king Saryati mounted on his chariot and quickly went towards the ashram of the Cavani Muni. On reaching there, he saw the Maharishi Cavani like a Deva son. Seeing his body like that of a Deva, the king became bewildered and began to think thus, "What has my daughter done such an ugly act, blamable in the society? That Muni was very calm and quiet, penniless and very old. My daughter, perhaps being overpowered with passion, killed him and has taken, no doubt, another husband. It is indeed difficult to control the god of love armed with his flowery bow. The period of youth is, moreover, very hard to conquer. So this daughter, impelled by lust, has thrown a dreadful stigma on the clear name of the family of the great Manu. Fie on him whose daughter in the world is of a vicious character. It seems that daughters are born for the expiation of all the sins committed by their fathers. But what an unjust act I have committed for my own selfish ends. It is highly incumbent on every father to betroth their daughter with every care possible to a bridegroom suitable in every respect. But I did not do it, and now have got this fruit equivalent to my doing. If I kill my daughter vicious and unchaste, I will incur sin due to killing a woman, and moreover my daughter, I am the cause of this stain on the Muni's line of descent. On the one hand, the scandal on one is very powerful, and the affection for a daughter is strong on the other. What am I to do now?" The king became merged in deep thoughts. At this time, Sukanya accidentally saw her father thus drowned in anxious thoughts. Seeing him, Sukanya instantly came to her father's side and asked the king in a sweet, affectionate words, "O king, how is it that your face has become so pale with anxious thoughts? Seeing the Muni sitting in front of you, a young man with lotus eyes, O father, what are you thinking? You belong to the famous Manu family. Besides, you are a high-minded man. You ought not to be so sad so suddenly. Come quickly and bow your head down before my husband." Hearing thus the daughter's word, the king became impatient with anger and began to speak to her thus. "O daughter, where is that aged, blind, ascetic Muni Cavani, and who is this youth intoxicated with lust? A great doubt has arisen in my mind. O vicious soul, have you slaughtered that Cavani Muni and engaged yourself in such a sinful act? O you, a disgrace to your family, have you accepted another husband out of your desire of lust? My mind has become very much troubled on not seeing that Muni in this ashram, O vicious one. Now I don't see the Muni, but instead of him I see this bright person. And thus it is on account of your sinful behavior that my mind is drowned in the ocean of cares." Then, hearing her father's words, Sukanya smiled and gladly took him at once to her husband and said, "O father, he is your son-in-law. He is the same Cavani Muni. There is no doubt here. The twin Ashwins have given him this beautiful luster and lotus-like eyes. The two Ashwin twins came accidentally to the ashram, and out of mercy, no doubt, they have made Cavani such a nice young man. O king, I am not that daughter that will do a vicious act, as you think, beguiled by the beautiful form of the Muni. Father, bow down before the Cavani Muni, ask him, and he will tell you everything." Hearing this, the daughter's words, the king went instantly to the Muni and bowed down before him and asked him affectionately thus, "O son of Brigu, how have you got your eyes back? Where has your old age gone? Kindly narrate all the detail as early as possible." "O Brahmana, seeing your exquisitely beautiful form, a great doubt has arisen in me. So tell me everything in detail. I will be very glad, no doubt." Cavani said, "O king, the two Ashwins, the physicians of the gods, came here on their own accord and have done me this good out of their mercy. Owing to the benefits thus received, I have granted them the boon that I will make them drink Soma juice in the yagya at your place, King Saryata. Thus I have got these beautiful eyes and all new youth. Therefore, O king, collect yourself and sit in the holy sacrificial seat." When the Brahmin Cavani Muni spoke thus, the king Saryati and his dear wife sat with greatest pleasure and began to talk on auspicious topics with the high-souled Muni. Then the Bhargava consoled the king and said, "I will perform your sacrifice. Please collect all the necessary materials. I have promised to the Ashwins that certainly I will make them drink the Soma juice. Therefore, O king, I will have to carry that out in your sacrifice. O king, if Indra be angry, I will stop him by my tapasya force, and in the Agnistotam yagya, I will make the Ashwins drink Soma." Saryati, the lord of the earth, came very glad and approved the proposal of the Cavani Muni. The king then showed respect to the Muni and with pleasant attitude of mind returned to his city with his wife, all the while talking of the Muni on the way. On a good auspicious day, he possessed of enormous wealth and prosperity, prepared an excellent place for the performance of the sacrifice. The Muni Cavani then invited Vasista and other respectable Munis and initiated the king Saryati for the performance of the sacrifice. At the commencement of the sacrifice, Indra and all the Devas and the two Ashwins all came to the sacrifice to drink Soma. Seeing the Ashwins, Indra became afraid and asked the other Devas, "Why have the Ashwins come here? They are the physicians and therefore never fit to drink Soma. Who has brought them here at the great Agnistotam sacrifice?" The Devas remained all silent. Janavana Muni then became ready to offer Soma to the Ashwins, and Indra immediately stopped him by saying, They are already prohibited to drink Soma as a sacrificial share, so do not accept the vessel of Soma for them. The Muni then said, O Lord of Sachi, these are the Surya's sons. Tell then truly who these are rendered unfit to drink Soma. They are not of mixed blood. They are born of the legal wife of Surya Devi. O Lord of the Devas, what is the fault then of the Ashwins, the physicians, that they be prohibited to drink Soma juice? Please reply, O Indra. This point must be settled by all the Devas here. I have promised to make them drink the Soma juice at the sacrifice. To keep my word, I have initiated the king in the sacrifice. I will have my word fulfilled. There is no doubt in this. O Indra, they have given me my youth and bestowed my eyes and have done us very great good. I will also do good to my best. Indra said, the Devas have appointed these Devas the physicians. Therefore they are looked down upon in society, so they are unfit to drink Soma. You need not make them drink Soma. The Muni spoke, O Indra, you have adulterated yourself with Ahalya. Why are you then giving want to your anger thus in vain? You have treacherously murdered Vitrasura. It is quite inappropriate for a vicious person like you to say that the Ashwins cannot have the right to drink Soma. This is quite impossible, O king. On the springing to this dispute, nobody spoke to Indra, the illustrious Bhargava, then made them accept the Soma juice. Here ends the 6th chapter of the 7th book on the drinking of the Soma by the Ashwin twins in the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam, the Srimad Puranam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Veda Vyasa. Jai Mahamaya ki, Jai Bole Baba ki, Jai.